The Senate will vote this week on legislation that would safeguard abortion rights under federal law. The push follows that leaked draft opinion showing the Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade. While the vote in Congress is almost certain to fail, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said yesterday he wants every senator on the record.
I think they already are.
It would be one of the worst decisions that the Supreme Court has ever issued. It would mean that our children would have less rights than our parents. That is simply un-American. And we will vote on Wednesday, and every American will see how every senator stands. They can't duck it anymore.
So, Jonathan, explain to me exactly why Democrats aren't trying to figure out how to get aligned with the 2 or 3 Republicans who are willing to join on to a bill that guarantees some abortion rights?
Well, they won't get to the 60 needed, of course, but what is raising some eyebrows here from some close to the process is why have this vote at all? Of course, we know where Democratic senators stand on this, and that it's not going to go anywhere. And to some, it reminds what they did with the voting rights, where they also, Schumer called for a vote that, of course, was destined to fail. But this is about the politics. They want to be able to point again, to reiterate, to underscore, look, these are the Republicans who do not support this, and make it a campaign issue this fall. And that's what we're seeing here. Though, obviously, look, there's still some suspense here as to what exactly we will see from the Supreme Court in June. Joe, you and I talked at length last week about
big suspense here.
Yeah,
big suspense, Jonathan. You know, I can't even believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain this on Twitter this weekend. Not for long, because they don't go on there long, but I dipped it long enough to say we don't even know where Kavanaugh is going to end up, because this is part of the process where Roberts starts talking to Kavanaugh and Roberts talks to Barrett. I don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they are, right? We saw the opinion, but as they lay down their markers, and then they go to the point where they start exchanging it and talking and going back and forth. Just read the Brethren. I mean, just look at the history of the court. People move. Language changes. It happens all the time. So we don't know exactly where everybody's going to go. You see that court? That court over the past year, you know, Amy Coney Barrett, when she got in, everybody said that she was going, I don't know, Handmaid's Tale or whatever that is. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it.
I've never seen the movie, Handmaid's Tale. And what did they find? That actually over the past year or so, it's actually at times the court's been split 3-3-3. Liberal, right wing, I will say right wing, not conservative, but right wing, and then conservative institutionalists. And there have been quite a few cases where you've had Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett who have been in the institutionalist group with Roberts. So Roberts may not be able to move them all the way to where he wants to be, but perhaps they start moving back toward the 15-week ban. And if you look and just piece this together, again, I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? I didn't even know Rich Strike was going to win the Derby. But if you start piecing the evidence together, as you and I were talking about last week, as we talked to people connected with the court, you actually see that the Wall Street Journal editorial page drops an editorial before the leak that certainly provides pretty strong evidence that somebody inside the court was yapping to the Wall Street Journal editorial page and say, hey, listen, this is still in play. We probably have our 5 votes. And then, you know, the Wall Street Journal, again, before the leak, does the hold firm, my conservative brothers and sisters. History is within our grasp. And they give that pep speech, a really bizarre pep talk, right? That's then followed by the leak.
Yeah.
Again, to me, I'm just saying me, and to a lot of close court observers, this looks like the right is actually getting a little nervous that they don't have 5 hardcore votes that would want to overturn Roe the way Alito wants to overturn Roe. So it is still, Jonathan O'Meara, very much in play. And now you have, my God, Louisiana. Since this has happened, you got Louisiana now talking about throwing girls and young women in jail if they have abortions. They're now talking about a life beginning at fertilization. They're now talking about, I mean, these are characters out of like the Da Vinci Code. Like this is getting, and I don't know, Handmaid's Tale. This is getting really extreme. And let me just say, I know everybody didn't go to law school. I did. I wasn't a good student, so don't worry about it. But a quick reading of Roe and a quick reading of this opinion, you start to realize that the very constitutional foundation that Roe was built on, well, that's what Griswold was built on. Contraceptive rights for you. Yes, you, Middle America. Contraceptive rights built on the same 14th Amendment constitutional framework. Interracial marriage built on the same 14th Amendment constitutional framework. Marriage equality built on the same 14th Amendment constitutional framework. And then Alito says, oh, yes, we understand that, but don't worry. Trust us.
Oh, God.
Those don't involve issues of abortion. So this is a one-off. This is just because I don't like abortion. It just doesn't make sense for abortion. Well, that may be Alito's argument, right? But there's no constitutional foundation to that. There's no legal reasoning behind that. To say, oh, well, we know contraceptive rights and consensual sex, the right to have consensual sex, and the right to marriage equality is based on the same constitutional framework, but it doesn't involve abortion. So just trust us. Jonathan, that's where we are. And then you got the governor from Mississippi going, yeah, contraceptive rights may be next. Right?
Yeah.
And so this is getting crazy pretty quickly. My only question is, going back to Schumer, why don't you get a bipartisan vote? This is what Democrats don't understand. They don't understand. So you can't get 100% of what you want. You can't get 80% of what you want. Maybe get 60% of what you want so you can say we have a bipartisan bill, right? It's just like the Electoral Count Act, which desperately needs to be passed. Democratic leaders, no, we're not going to do it because we can't get the whole loaf. It's time these people wake up. Take the wins you can get. And if you got a bipartisan bill on abortion rights, you take it, even if it's 60% of what you want. Because then you can say, we have a bipartisan group of senators, a bipartisan majority saying that what the Supreme Court's thinking about doing is wrong. That is a powerful message to send that I don't think the Democrats quite know how to get to.
Now, Democrats have too often let perfect be the enemy of the good, and they're not taking the wins when they need. And certainly, Joe, just to put a pin on your point here, we know that in February there were 5 votes to overturn Roe, but we also know there's a lot of time since February and now. And that Wall Street Journal op-ed that attracted our attention a couple weeks ago seemingly came out of nowhere, except it clearly didn't, because there is a pressure campaign within the court right now to keep conservative justice in line. That's the leading theory at the moment, and the leak of the draft opinion seems to be part of that as well. And there is time here, whether for Roberts to potentially moderate where this is going to be. And there's a lot of suspense between now and June. That is, we don't know where this is going. We've still got 6-7 long weeks to go.
So, Joe, you touched upon Mitch McConnell. We're going to have coming up his comments on a nationwide ban on abortion, and also Mississippi's governor. You mentioned that. We're going to hear from him on abortion in the case of rape and incest, and also the potential of contraception becoming a part of this ultimately down the road. Tate Reeves on both of those issues coming up. Also coming up, London's biggest ever tourism campaign comes to the U.S. First up, New York City. Well,